All right, think we're good. Maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're streaming. What's up? This is Gcode and Grounds on Saturday mornings while I have my coffee and play with my printers. Trying this streaming thing out. Yeah, got a couple things to do today. My mount for my GoPro fell off, so I got one thing I'm doing today is modeling up a new mount for the GoPro, so we don't have to use this silly Logitech cheapy webcam here. Another thing we have to do is my EnderWire here. I have a bunch of parts printed for it. I'm going to change out this front screen here for something a little more stock. This mount holder, I don't know what I was thinking when I made that. It sticks out too far, kind of ugly, doesn't super work, so I got some parts to fix that. And I also spent the last couple days learning how to use my Shapoko. So I made some panels for this thing. We're going to enclose it. I'm streaming to nobody, as per usual. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of glad there's nobody here to watch all the failures. Hopefully everything's working correctly. Got to hit record here, so I don't have any video to go back and check myself on. So let's start that real quick. I think my audio is showing up all right. I see myself in Streamlabs. I can hear the music. Hopefully it's not distracting. Yeah, let's get going. We'll change over to give me 1 second here. First thing we're going to play with today is Tinkercad. Got to get everything set up again. Like I said, the mount for my GoPro fell off, so I'm using just a cheapy webcam, and 'tis not ideal. There we go. Shrink me down some, stick me in the corner. Yeah, something like that. apologize for this. I am not used to streaming, so. There we go. Let's play in Tinkercad. I've got some parts kind of already partially modeled for when I was working on camera mounts. We're just going to bring them up here. And where my calipers at? Alright. So this little thing I'm going to mount it to. Looks like it has diameter of 35 mil. That's weird. Not a whole number. $35.3. Let's get into this guy here, see if we can't modify this guy to work. Yeah, that'll probably work. Tell you what, we're gonna make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna go 36. That looks pretty good. We're going to forego this part. And did I close that incognito window? I did. Let me bring another one of them up. And we're gonna go over to things. See if we can't find a GoPro mount. sure I have something on my computer somewhere, but probably easier just to search on things than it is to actually go through all the STLs on my computer. GoPro mount for flat surface. Is that what I need? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Thank you, AA Millis 22. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, so I want to split this guy. Something like that. And we might need that a little bit bigger. Let's go 4 mil. There we go. Let's flip this guy up on end. And up to the work surface. And then I want this up top here. I don't love that. It's not going to let me clamp super well. All right, let's drop this back down. Flip it over. Let's trim off this back. Yeah. What a poor streamer I am. I don't even have chat up. I have no idea if anyone's here. Well, look at that. There's nobody here. So I got excellent connection. All right, so that is, I guess, the base of the file. Gotta get that up here somehow. How am I gonna do this? It's gotta be printable, so I think I have to print in this orientation. Also, if I lay this down and print, the layer lines will be going the wrong way, and as soon as I clamp it, it's not gonna work. Let me show you guys kind of what I'm doing. On the back of my monitor here, I've got just a monitor stand, and I'm wanting to clamp right to that. So that's kind of the plan, is that I want to clamp the GoPro right to that. I had a sticky mount in the back of the monitor. It just kind of fell off. So obviously that wasn't gonna work. I'm not super sure how this is gonna work either. I'll turn this that way. That's not ideal. What's the diameter of this thing? 44. If I made what is this? 80. Oh, I'll tell that I make this. Oh, that's way too much. There we go. And then if I make another one, that's 44. There we go. Now I've got a buck where I can trim off whatever's overhanging that I don't need. But I still have to come up with a way to actually print this thing. Let's hide that for a minute. How am I going to do this? Oh, I know what I can do. If I go sideways with it. Like that. Then can I just sink this in? Gonna work? That might work. Oh, I think that's gonna work. I'll have to print with supports. That's not ideal. I think that'll work. Beautiful. Alright, now I need some tabs. Let's steal the tabs off this guy that I've already modeled. That's not what I wanted to do. Go away, go away, go away, go away. $43.93, huh? I'll just sink them in a little bit. Let's raise this up a little bit. Something like that. It's starting to look like something. Now, how much room do I have on top here? Let me just measure. Well, I got all the room in the world. All the room in the world! So how tall do I want this thing? '80's probably too much. 35 maybe? I think 35 is probably good. Well, that means we need to make this 45 tall. Oh yeah. What happened there? I think that'll work swimmingly. All right, let's export this. And let me bring up Cura. Slice it up and get it printing. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit more Tinkercad work, I think. There's nobody here to tell me what to do. I got a couple more mounts I wanna make. I got some different, right now I'm using these box lights, and I got some LED panels that I want to use, but I don't have mounts for them. Print this with, unfortunately, some supports. I don't think there's much way around it. And we're going to block some of these supports. I know you guys can't see this, I'm sorry. Can't really see it either because the camera's in the way. New to this whole streaming thing, so you have to bear with me here. I apologize. Let's try this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Go gadget switch wire. All right, going. Perfect. All right, now that this is done, move that someplace safe. So this was the original mount that I made to mount these box lights. Those ones up there. And grab my new lights. Base on these 25 mil. And where'd the mouse go? There it is. The hole I made here is 38 mil. We need to make this 25. Wow, that seems not right. Is that accurate? Now, what's happening here? Hang on 1 second. Behind the scenes. Go to 25.6. These are 25.1. But they don't fit. That's puzzling. What? Oh, I know what this is. Okay, that's not the mount, that's why. It is the holder for my camera tripod. This is the mount. And we're gonna make this oh, get out of here. We're just gonna shrink this a millimeter, I think. And then we will center it back. Make it whole again. There we go. Export this just so I got it on my computer here. That's 0 concurrent viewers. You gonna export? What are you doing? Are you gonna export or what? Oh, my mother's texting me. My grandmother has moved in with my mom, and Grandma loves her an old-fashioned. And we went to a restaurant back in the fall, I guess, up at my aunt's house, and Grandma had an old-fashioned with Amaro soaked cherries. So I told my mom if she went to the store and got a bottle of Amaro, I would soak some cherries for her to put in Grandma's old-fashioned. It was pretty tasty. Mom couldn't remember the name of the liqueur I told her to get though, so it must be off to Total Wine. I don't know why this thing's taking so long to export. No. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna restart it. Man, I just gotta chill. The heater's still going, but I don't know if the wind picked up outside or what. I used to have to run a heater in South Carolina here. Alright, well, we're gonna move on here. Go back to the desktop. Alright, so this is my first EnderWire. A little bit of, I don't know, behind the scenes, story time. Whatever you think. For Christmas, not this past year, but the year before, I got my first 3D printer. It's in some form or another that guy right there. It was a Sovol SV01. I had previously gotten into flying quadcopters and wanted some parts made that I didn't really feel like paying for. I've always been kind of a, I don't want to say a DIY guy because I'm not super handy around the house, but been an automotive technician basically my entire life. Grew up working in the garage with my dad on all sorts of projects. My dad was a trained industrial arts professor, so shop teacher. But by the time I came into his life, by the time they had me, my dad had moved on from teaching shop at a high school and was a maintenance planner for a nuclear reactor back up in New York. Basically, we're writing the repair manual for the power plant. Kind of a cool job. It's not like there's a repair manual sitting on the shelf somewhere for a nuclear reactor. You gotta kind of make it up as you go along. We need to make repairs or maintenance or anything. So it was my dad's job, was to write the service procedures and parts lists and tool lists and that kind of stuff. So I always grew up working in the garage with Dad. And working on all manner of small engines, large engines, boats, cars, whatever. So I'm good with my hands, handy with tools. Not so handy around the house, though. Unfortunately, that was one skill that I didn't inherit. Which is kind of weird if you think about it, but whatever. So I got that printer last year and absolutely fell in love with it. Fell in love with everything about 3D printing. I love making my own parts, tweaking the settings in the slicer, messing with the printer. I printed out some mods for the thing. And I came across a video about Vorons and thought, wow, that's super cool. And it was right around the time that Seabor started coming around. I caught, I think it was Modbot's video on the Seabor V0 kit, and it was reasonably priced compared to everything else on the market, and seemed pretty pleased with the quality of the parts in the kit. And I thought it was nice because at the time it was the only kit that you could get with printed parts. And I had just gotten a bonus at work, so I treated myself to a V0 kit. Originally, I don't know how many people that will ever watch this have spent much time in an automotive repair shop, but eventually there comes a point where you run out of work. Seasonally it happens. So I thought I would just kind of keep it at work, and it's a small project. I could just keep it on top of my toolbox, and when things got slow, I'd take it out and work on it. But we ended up getting slow one Friday, and I took it out to start working on it. I started putting the frame together, and ended up having so much fun that I brought it home and basically binged the entire build in a weekend. It was one of the most rewarding projects I think I've completed. It was better than any Lego kit because you got something not only that is functional, but is like super functional, actually useful. It was my first experience with Clipper, so Clipper was kind of game-changing in my 3D printer journey, and I just had a ton of fun putting it together. So I had gone to Volkswagen training out of town. Where I live, we don't have a micro center, but near this training center, there was a micro center. And my wife just happened to have the following weekend off. And this class was kind of an important one for me because it was my master assessment. So I was kind of stressed, and I was glad that my wife came with me. She was able to keep me a level head, past my assessment. Thank you. That was last summer, maybe? Last spring, last summer, somewhere around there. And as a reward for passing my class, my test, my assessment, I decided that we should go to Micro Center and check it out. I'd only ever been to one other one and thought it was a pretty cool place. I bought some filament for the old trusty SV01 back there. And my wife had never been to one. Not that she's super techie anyway, but she'd never been to one. So we went down to Micro Center, and obviously everybody knows about the Micro Center $99 Ender deal, right? At the time, I only had the SV01 and the V0, so I did not have a full complement of printers at the time, and was limited to the speeds of basically the SV01 printing a whole build plate, or the V0 printing single parts on its little tiny 120 mil bed. So I signed up for the Ender 3 coupon at Micro Center, $100 Ender 3, and I had my wife sign up, so she got a $100 Ender 3. So I still have one in a box down there. There'll be more coming on that later. And I started the journey of the EnderWire. By that time, I had come across Steve Builds on YouTube, and he was working on an EnderWire project for, I think, his father-in-law. And I thought, oh man, this is like the coolest thing. You can take a cheapy, I'm not going to say garbage printer, because I personally know people that have had a lot of luck with Ender 3s, and they're built to a price point. But I can take something like that and turn it into almost a fully functional Voron with all of the cool bells and whistles. And get Clipper, get the Stealth Burner, get some a little bit quicker accelerations with the Core XZ. So this one I self-sourced everything. I printed all the parts. I had to modify a couple things so that they'd print on the V0. This front middle panel here with the tabs doesn't fit on a V0, so I clipped the tabs off and then made some like bolt-on adapter pieces so that I could get everything fit on a V0. Bought the rails. I went with Big Tree Tech E3 EZ, Manta E3 EZ board. It's got a little CB1 Pi thingy built into it, not built into it, but clips onto it, so it's kind of an all-in-one package. That's what I'm using for the controller. And again, this wasn't something that I was planning on, binging in one sitting, but once you get going, these things happen, right? So I had started it, took it out of the printer never even saw like its life as an Ender 3. It was never put together. It came out of the box and turned into this. But had a lot of fun building it. But at the time I didn't have, because I self-sourced everything, bought the rails and cable chains and belts and bearings and whatever separately. I didn't buy a panel pack for it. These panels that are turned into the deck plates were cut with a table saw and a Dremel tool, so they are not pretty. Should have probably recut them, but didn't. Hopefully the panels that I cut yesterday will fit appropriately. But yeah, the switch wire that's going behind me there, I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. It was somebody's half-finished project, and I got a reasonable price on it. And it's printing fantastically. And right as soon as I finished that, I had a belt let go on this guy. So I just redid all the belting for it, got it all properly tensioned. And the switch wire behind me, the orange one there, is printing better than I think any of my printers print. I don't know if it's the enclosure or because it's an actual kit and not self-sourced or what the deal is, but I figured I would enclose this guy now that all the bugs that I've got probably 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, I don't even know, a ton of print time on this thing, and have just refreshed the belting and pulleys and stuff, and now that it's printing almost as good as that switch wire behind me, I figured I'd go ahead and enclose it. So I found let's see if I can bring it up here. Go back to the computer and Chrome. That's not the window that I wanted. Oops. Looks like I closed the incognito window. Did I? No, it's right there. There we go. So when I had built my first EnderWire there, I used the same build files, whatever, that Steve Builds get. So I think that was Dark Dog's project. Since then, in my journeys, I have found this project by EzrielDreamurr. It's a little bit different switch wire conversion. I liked the enclosure better on this one. So when I was enclosing the switch wire behind me, I didn't really like all the double stick tape everywhere. And this one uses, the pieces are bolted together, which I appreciate. Got bolt holes at the bottom here, bolts for the hinges, everything's bolted. So I'm not going to do the whole, I hope my Z motor fits. I didn't even think of that. Oh yeah, I'm inside. It'll be fine. I do like the look of some of the other stuff that Ezriel did here. This is so there's a couple different kinds of Enders. I don't know if you guys know this, or if anybody that will ever watch this knows this, but there's a few different models of Ender 3s. Some of them use, let me go back here, like this one uses a 40-40 extrusion for the center, so it uses a linear rail on each side here. Let me turn this here, see? The linear rail on each side. Some of the other ones use a 20-by-40, so there's only one place for rail on top, and I believe that's what this Ezriel based their kit on, because if you look at their bed, there's not a good picture here, I'd have to pull up the CAD, I'm not going to do that right now, but if you look at the bed, there is a rail on top and a rail on the side. So my Y-axis he did a lot of things different with the y-axis than I'm doing on mine. But I do like he has a modified clicky on a servo for bed leveling, which I think is super cool. Eventually I would like to do that. In mine, I just have a BL Touch kind of modeled into the X carriage bracket, and it's not ideal. It works, but it's not great. But yeah. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to bring up the CAD anyway, aren't I? To see how all this goes together. Maybe we'll just wing it. I think we're just gonna wing it. Alright, let's go back to the benchtop. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, so I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. Bring this over here so I can see the stream while I'm working. Alright, button tube's gotta go. I'll bring you back later. This little button tube holder's gotta go. I'll also bring you back later. You know what? I'm going to hide me. You don't need to look at me while we're doing this. There we go. And my spool holder's gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. I think that's all we have to disassemble. Nope, nope. Greasy jockey's gotta go. And my cereal's gotta go. Now I think I would like to move my cereal anyway, so we might as well do that. Great meow. So I need another 3x8. Couple hammer nuts. These might be a little too big. We're gonna go shorter. Little tiny M3x6s. Yeah. Chat over here so that if anybody tunes in, I can see ya. So this streaming thing is new to me. I am not super techie, but when I was building my printers, I really appreciated having a stream on in the background. in my area, this isn't a super, I don't want to say popular, but it's not. I have yet to meet somebody that is into this hobby. So there's not too many people to talk printers with. And it was nice just to have it on in the background. I feel like somebody's working with me in my shop here. Measure this real quick, see if I'm roughly centered. Not. Alright, I think we're going to start with the top panel. Top panel. This was, the acrylic's not in the best shape. You can see there's some scratches on it and whatever. Acrylic's not cheap, believe it or not. And I found a guy on Facebook Marketplace that had, they're roughly 30 by 40, no, yeah, 30 by 48 sheets for $5 a sheet. They've been sitting outside and they're not in the best condition, but for the price, they will work just fine. Alright, so maybe I will bring the cat up here. Just so I can take a peek. I printed off some parts that, oh, you know what? Before we do this, we're gonna fix my screen. That's what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're going to do. If I can remember how this went. Need an actual Allen wrench for this, I think. Handy dandy Allen wrench set out here. 2. I think I'm going to pop the screen out first. Ooh, can I pop the screen out? That would not be good if I couldn't. There we go. just so we don't break you. Go wipe down on the shirtaroo. That's what she said. When I built this, I knew I was going to use these acrylic panels for the base plates here. And I thought, well, everybody likes blinky LEDs, and the board's got blinky LEDs on them. It'd be a shame to not see them. So I flipped the mounting around so that the board is face up. I believe I already have heat set inserts in the parts. You won't have to watch me install heat set inserts. This is an awkward spot with that power supply right there. It's slow going taking this screw out. It doesn't help that my hands are all beat to hell. There we go. One more screw on the front side here, and we should come loose. What is holding it? There we go. Oh, my awful heat set inserts. Holy moly, don't look at those. That was one of my first projects, don't judge me. Alright, so we'll get the actual front piece here. And we'll get that installed. Let's get a couple of these other screws in. All right. Now the hard ones. Oh, where'd my Allen wrench go? Oh, it's over here. These ones are hard. I'm gonna have to give you guys a not great angle for a minute here. If anybody ever watches this, I do have a couple projects coming up that I need to get to. So I told you about Seabore a little while ago, and my first boron was a V0 kit from them. They have since come out with an EnderWire kit. So I guess I didn't really explain what an EnderWire is. Kind of did, but didn't call it out. So the boron printer is a switch wire. That's what the orange guy is over here. And a couple fans, I guess you'd call them. Boron community members, we'll go with that. Made mods to turn an Ender 3 into a switch wire. So that's what this guy is. And Seabore has since come out with a kit for that. For specifically the EnderWire. So I used some of my Christmas money and bought one. So I have, remember I told you a little while ago I bought two $99 Ender 3s from Micro Center? One of them is right here, and I still have one in a box. So I haven't started printing parts for it yet, but I would like to build the other one of those at some point. So that's a project I'll be tackling here on the channel. And quite a while ago, 6 months maybe, over the summer, I think it was Matter Hackers was doing a blowout on their last revision LDO V2.4 kits. Like $600, super cheap for an LDO kit. So I snagged one of those. It's on the shelf over here. I have all of the parts printed for it. Just kind of, before I tackle that, because that's something I haven't done before, I want to get some of my other projects cleaned up. So I wanted to get this EnderWire buttoned up and finished. And that means the enclosure. And then I have a couple repair projects that I want to do. I have another Ender 3 that somebody filled full of linear rails but left all of the stock motion components installed, and it is not operational. Needs some love. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I need to get it plugged in, fired up, and assess the situation with it. That's one thing I have to do. I also have a BQ BX that I picked up off Facebook Marketplace, not working, that I need to do something with. Something with the bed probe. Now, I am not super familiar with Marlin because very early in my 3D printing journey, I moved to Clipper. So all of the configuration stuff that I have learned has been through Clipper. So I don't know whether I should just swap that to Clipper, or if I should try and mess around with Marlin. Maybe if anybody ever watches this video, they can leave a comment and let me know what they think or what they would like to see. I also don't know that I would use that printer a whole lot. I kind of bought it just as the troubleshooting, something to troubleshoot, specifically for this YouTube channel. That's kind of the stuff that I like to do. Now I did not put heat set inserts in these parts, so we are going to do that real quick. Get my handy dandy stealth press out. Go back and watch the only other video on this channel is me building this stealth press, and we get to use it. So there are 4 heat set inserts that need to go into this, and there are 2 heat set inserts that need to go into this. 6 of these little buggers. I also have SV05, Solval SV05, that an acquaintance, we'll call it an acquaintance, gave to me. Just got a Discord notification. You guys give me just 1 second here. I need to top up my coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Where's my mouse? Yep, and we got audio. Perfect. Coffee. Alright, this thing should be toasty now. Tweezers for holding these inserts. Looks like we're not going to need the tweezers. They are appropriately sized. Sometimes they don't fit in the holes quite right, so need the tweezers to help along, keep these sausages out of the way. Tell you what, this press makes this so nice. Highly recommend. Check out my other stream if you're interested. It was Iconic Fab is the designer of this from the Voron Discord. They do some community projects there that aren't. I don't know, Voron's a weird thing. Like, it's a company that's not a company. They don't actually make anything, they just make cool stuff. We got a bunch of team members, but as far as I can tell, there's not really a roster, so you don't really know who's part of the team. Maybe there's a roster somewhere. I should look into that. This Iconic Fab, I don't know if they're technically part of the Voron team or not, but they designed this. Most of the other heat set insert presses you see have V-wheels on them and links of extrusion or whatever. And while I have a whole bunch of V-wheels kicking around, I do not have any links of extrusion. So this project was cool because it does not use extrusion. It uses a piece of linear rail. And if I'm going to buy a length of extrusion to build a heat set insert press with, it's really not any more expensive or cheaper to buy an appropriately sized linear rail. So that's what I did. It's just the cheapest of cheap. I think it was a Temu soldering iron for $6 or whatever. Alright, I think that's all of the heat set inserts we're going to do, so set this back aside. Alright, now we have, this is going to go in like this, and this goes in like this. perfect. Ta-da. Try and clean this screen up a little bit. Some pretty grody fingerprints on it. Now we need some screws. I have no idea what length screws this is designed for. This was somebody else's design. Ooh, before I do that, this is going to be tricky. This has to run through here, and then through here, and then get plugged into the screen. Then get set in. Then the bezel goes on. Then we screw it in. Probably should have chased those holes first. Try to do this without pulling on that cable too much. Looks like these last two holes are going to need to get chased just a little bit. So I've got this little, I think they call this a pin vise. A little drill bit in it they just use for chasing holes. Well, they definitely don't want to start. Neither one of them does. There we go. Just did. clean some of this up with the tweezers here. Get your garbage in there. There we go. We got her now, boys. Perfect. It's gonna go something like that. I wonder what size to use for these. 16s. 16's gonna work. Nope, not long enough. I'd imagine that means 20s are gonna work. Ball ends are nice for this. I like my Vera hex drivers, but not ball end. Give these a little snuggy. Gotta go just a little more. Ooh, sorry about that. That tickle in my throat. And there we go. Ta-da! Now we have a slightly more appropriately attached screen instead of this giant honking thing. That, I mean, it would have worked, but not ideal. Alright, so now we can get back to what we were doing, which was the top panel, I believe. My bag o' parts here. Stick that somewhere. This is going to go something like this. Now, I don't think These panels were designed in two pieces. It was supposed to be a rear portion and a front portion. I combined them because I had the ability to, and I didn't want to deal with that many panels. But I don't think I need this many holes. I probably only need 3 of those holes. So I think that's all we're going to do is 3. And I also have these little dress-up clips here that, oh, some of those don't look so great. I kind of modified these from the switch wire mounting clips, just as kind of bolt covers almost. So we'll use some of them. Need some hammer nuts. We'll go with them 4s. No. What are we going to use? 3s, I guess. My stock of hardware does not include roll-ins, unfortunately. These are a little large for M3s. Might have to do M4s. I don't have a ton of M4 hardware. This is awkward. Not good, not good, not good. Might have to reprint these guys with a smaller hole. Because the washers I have, I believe, are the same diameter as the button heads. Not really going to gain anything there. Oh, they're a little bit bigger. Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll be alright. I think that'll be alright. I'll just use some washers. I don't know if these are going to be long enough. I might need a longer. They will work. The next step is 16, and they're just going to be way too long. Come on, fingers, don't fail me today. Get the tweezers out. Years of abuse I have given my hands. Sometimes they don't cooperate with me. Because I don't have the roll-in nuts, that's another reason why I wanted to go with this style panel kit instead of the tape. Because with hammer nuts and tape, you can't really put it on once it's off. Once you've taken it off to do something, it doesn't really go back on because you can't position the nuts appropriately. Some of these retainers didn't turn out so well. Reprint them. Alright, let's get my caliper out and just see if this thing is roughly centered. $2 mil. $4 mil, so we are not. This is any better. 3.3. 3.7. Just a touch more. 2.7, I mean, sorry. That's about as close as we're gonna get. 0.1 millimeter. Just snug these. Snuggies. And then we're gonna go for the sides. Should I go for the back? I'm gonna go for the back. That way I can access this guy. Back panel, something like. Something like that. Round these edges just a little bit. Hopefully get them to fit a little bit nicer. Get one of the brackets. I am not 100% how these are supposed to work. Assuming they get a nut in them. May have to grab my I almost wonder if they can better the headset insert. Be a lot of heat switches though. I'm going to use a bolt to get it straight. Maybe not. I don't think that's gonna work. There's actually quite a bit of grab just in the plastic. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got that nut in place now. And then, what size hardware do we think we need? 10s? Maybe? Sounds long enough? No. Oh, probably. I think it's finally starting to warm up in here. I know you guys can't see, I'm sorry. All of the none of you that are watching, I apologize. It's actually kind of nice. I like that. Alright, let's get a couple more of those guys. I think I like it. Bunch more of these, so I'm just going to pour some out here. And more of the same. I don't think these actually have to be nylox, but I am running low on regular M3 nuts, so nylox it is. These ones seem to fit much better than the last ones for some reason. I don't know if this would work better with heat sets or not. I mean, it'd be a lot of heat sets. Actually, I'm just assuming that you're supposed to be putting nuts in here. They look like they're cut out for nuts, but I didn't actually check that, so we're just kind of winging it. Pardon me for a moment. Let's see who's blowing me up over here. Alright, let's get some M10s. Actually, put these nuts away before I lose them. We're just going to get these started in place until we put the panel on. This is actually working out pretty good. I'm digging it. Kind of wish I had done this for the switch wire panels instead of the tape. That'd be a pain to fix, but and it probably would have been smarter to do this before installing the back panel. I'm just going to run these. I'm not going to tighten them, but just get them run in a little bit further. Looks like we're making some alright progress on my mount over there, which is exciting. There we go. And let's go for a side panel. Can't do that yet. We need hammer nuts. Take a second and get all my washers and screws ready. Just like we did on the top, I know I cut all the holes, but I think I'm only going to install 3 of these per side. It was meant to be 2 panels, not 1 panels. It will make it easier on me, plus save a whole bunch on hardware. My wife has been taking classes to become a yoga instructor, and I am very not nice to my body. I've had some issues with my back. To be supportive of her and also help myself, I have been letting her give me yoga classes. One of the things she was telling me, I guess the class that she's taking is very traditional yoga, not Starbucks yoga, not hipster yoga. I don't know what you want to call it. The class is done in Sanskrit, so it's the traditional words. And a component of learning all the positions and stuff is that she's learning some of the philosophies also, which is a unique perspective for somebody of Western persuasion. And one of the key tenets, I guess you call them tenets, of yoga is obviously rooted in, some of the theological beliefs of the area, and it's about selflessness. So they're teaching that your life should be lived selflessly, not selfishly. And the thing that you do for yourself is yoga. So there's no right or wrong way to do things, because you should be doing it the best you can because it's the thing you do for yourself. I thought that was pretty cool way of thinking. I mean, not that, you know, it's that out of the ordinary, but it's not the way the typical Westerner lives their life. And I've been thinking about how I can apply that to myself. And in a world of social media where everything has to be approved by the masses and only things that get likes are important, I think it's probably pretty important to do things for yourself. So I know that a lot of my printed parts aren't exactly perfect, and I'm using not the ideal hardware and whatever, but I don't play out here in my workshop in the garage for others. I play out here in the workshop for myself. It is the thing that I get to do for me. This guy doesn't work. So maybe I will only do 2 of these. I can change it later if I want to. I'm doing this for me. Ideally, I would not be using hammer nuts here. I guess was the point of that story. And that some of my printed parts aren't perfect. That's okay. It means I'm not a machine. I don't think this panel cut all the way through. I have to get my little hand drill out. Actually, it's starting to get a little toasty over here. Let's see. Roll the sleeves up a little bit. Speaking of, my wife is at yoga right now. She'll be home in about an hour. So in about an hour, I'm going to call it for this stream. I would like to get this project done. Since I started it on stream, I should probably finish it on stream. So I might be back tonight after spending some quality time with the wife. Throwing my tools. Come on, hands, don't fail me now. And if I gotta do all of these, I should really just go get my actual drill, but... I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. You're still gonna hear me. I'm going out of earshot. Way quicker. There we go. All right, let's try that. I'm going to run into the same issue. Alright, before I do this, I'm going to take this back panel back off and clean up those edges some more. I wonder what the best way to do that is. Well, I want to get this going, and these are removable, so I think I'm just going to roll with it. Ooh, hello. Looks like I needed just a little bit more clearance in these panels. That'd be alright though. Not fully tightening these because this thing's going to have to move around quite a bit, I think. Just knocked out one of the nuts. Aw, nuts. This is going to be a pain in the butt. Maybe I could use a longer screw to draw that in. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I also can't let go to adjust the camera, so I've got some learning to do with this streaming thing. It's probably not super important because, like I said, nobody's watching anyway, but oh, we did it again. Oh, now it's gone. Alright, well, we're just going to leave that for now. We can come back and address that before we put the doors on, maybe. let's get this other back panel on. Or I'm sorry, other side panel. I want to run these screws in a little bit further to try and prevent what just happened over there. Saw an opportunity to get that screw out, so I went for it. Actually, this is probably going to be easier from this side than it was the other side, so I'm going to try this again. There we go. Got her now. These also did not go all the way through, so let's... Where did the control? There it is. Let's run these through real quick. Well, some of them did, some of them didn't. All through. Looks good to me. Do something like that. Perfect. There we go. That hammer nut didn't twist. That's the problem with these guys. There we go. Got it that time. Yeah, man, I'm digging this. side actually lines up a little better than the other side. That's good. While I tighten these, I'm just going to reach in and support the back side a little bit. Those nuts don't pop out like on the other side there. It wasn't much fun. I know you guys can't see anything, I'm sorry. Work on my camera views. This is actually nicer than the tape too, because the panels stay aligned a little bit better. Because the holes are accurately sized, it holds the panels in a pretty good approximation of where they gotta go. Instead of with the double stick tape like the switch wire, you're just kind of guessing the whole time. It's a pain to hold everything aligned. It actually worked really well. I am happy with that. Alright, now we have some of these little half retainers there. Yeah. One there. Two in the back, I think. Maybe a big one in the back. We'll go one here and two in the back. And these are also going to have washers, I believe. And they're going to have to be longer also. Those were 12s. Let's go with 16s. 16 is long enough. 16 is way too long. 12's going to work. Maybe the 12s will work. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect.
I'm getting this hammer nut going because the panel's not quite right. Let's start it down here. Alright, well that's not going to work, so we're just going to slide this guy down some, I think. Oh, that's not going to work either. Alright, how about a longer bolt? This was a 12. Let's try 16. This is also not ideal, but... that kind of did it. We definitely bottomed the bolt out before anything else happened. I'm gonna try and reach in there and rotate the nut manually. Well, we had it. Yeah. Looks like we're only going to get one in the middle. And if that's what we're gonna get, that's what we're gonna get. Switchblades only got 2 anyway, so this should be more than enough. This guy around. No problem on this side. This side must not be lined up as well. Don't want tens. Don't want tens. You know what? I'm gonna flip-flop these. We're only doing one in the back. Might as well be the long one. More than likely that's how it's supposed to be anyway. Probably fix this side. Sorry about that noise. There we go. Cool. Let's see what else I got in here. Got some brackets for down here. Looks like they go this. So I need little guys. We'll go with 10s maybe. Tens might even be too long. Maybe they'll be perfect. Now we gotta put some nuts in here. Oh, nuts. There's one down. Yeah, I like this panel mounting kit. This is nice. When I go to do that C-bore kit, I think I'm going to be disappointed. This guy did a great job with this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to run a drill through these holes so that the bolts spin easier, I think. There we go. And what do we use on these? 10s, I think. Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. To the other side. To run a drill through this so that I'm not fighting the threads in this part. Go. A couple more 10s. loosening these screws up to try and get a little bit of adjustment out of it. The hole isn't quite lining up here. Got it now. This, remember me talking about it, this acrylic came out of basically a junkyard, I think? I don't know, it was like a used car dealer, had a bunch of this stuff, I don't know. But it had been sitting outside for a while, and I don't know the quality, I don't know what the quality of it was in the first place, but got some warping issues as well, so none of these panels are quite straight. Yeah, this is coming out great. Great. It's great. Snug these guys down. I think we're almost done. Now I didn't print the parts for the LEDs yet, so I'm not going to put those in. And my wife should be home any minute, so I think after I get these snugged up, we're going to call it for now. I appreciate the 0 people that tuned in today. I wasn't expecting anybody. I have not advertised this at all. But I did notice some people watched it after the fact the last time I did one of these, so if anybody's tuning in, thank you. I will probably be back on later tonight. And I'm going to try and be on tomorrow as well. Come hang out with me while I build shit. Yeah, I think this turned out pretty sweet. I am a fan. torque these rear ones. All right, there we go. Don't look too bad. Oh, man. I gotta fix that. Well, thanks for tuning in, and maybe I'll catch you guys a little bit later tonight.